Dave Roberts. I lead Applied Research Institute and also serve as the director for LiBridge. I led the Battery Innovation Center for a few years from 2015 to 2017 before joining Governor Holcomb's staff as Chief Innovation Officer. I served on the board of BIC for a while after that, and I told a smaller group last night that probably the best thing I did for BIC was resign as the board member so that Mitch Robe could come on. Mitch was the Secretary of Commerce under Mitch Daniels, and he was the Secretary of Commerce that supported initiating the Battery Innovation Center in the first place back in 2013. So it's great to have someone like that back in leadership. The real value play, though, is not just in dominating regardless of technology, it's in advancing technologies. That's really where the Battery Innovation Center shines. It's in taking those early stage concepts, what some of you would know as TRL 1, 2, maybe 3, through the valley of death, 4, 5, 6, into full production. And that's the key as we look forward to what our real national priorities are around reshoring manufacturing. You need that technology not just to be incubated in universities and in young early stage companies, but you need to see that through to full stage manufacturing. And then finally on BMS, or battery management systems, as you think about competition, you're also thinking about controlling those systems, and ultimately the battery is being controlled by a management system that oftentimes is imported today. So some of those priorities are reflected then in what LiBridge is doing and how LiBridge is interacting with the industry and reflecting priorities both ways. BIC's role is really critically important here. If you think about how technology develops, we have probably about 24 or more universities that are working hard developing new stage technologies, and many of them have their own battery labs. But they're difficult to access at times, or impossible to access by commercial partners. We also have a phenomenal federal lab system, but again, they're nearly impossible to access for commercial partners. And so there was a survey done. Avicen led that initiative with DOE and with LiBridge, and BIC ended up scoring quite well. Out of the 2 to 3 dozen assessments that were made and several on-site visits and a couple virtual visits, BIC scored in the top 3, along with, I can share with you guys, University of Michigan and Rochester Institute of Technology. Excellent institutions. The thing that was interesting about the BIC is it's the only one that's structured as a nonprofit. It's the only one that is structured in a way that really comes alongside industry and helps iterate technology in a way that then is ready for commercialization.